Pandas have Friday night off from practice, but that doesn't mean they're going home.
Talk show host who helps you with your problems.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
We're like the motliest crew of athletes you've ever seen.
We're lucky enough on our team that we have a very inclusive and very welcoming, very friendly environment, as I'm sure you saw.
I think it's pretty well known that rugby has a culture of its own compared to other sports, and I think Pandas is no different.
In our first couple of games, we didn't really know how each other played. We didn't know how to play off of each other. And now in these past couple of weeks of us doing a bunch of team bonding stuff, we are a lot smoother. We know how to play off of each other, so it's huge for us. I think it's going to be a huge difference in the next few games that we play.
The Pandas rugby team is full of first and second year players. These are some of the most talented recruits in the program history. But the fact is that the team doesn't have as much experience as in past years. And it showed over the first two games of the year when the Pandas lost to UBC and Victoria.
I mean, you can make excuses, but we didn't quite get there. And I was okay with that. After you get past the initial loss, the realism kicks in of where you're at.
It was necessary this fall that someone step up and take on a leadership role to guide the young squad. Fortunately for the Pandas, more than one took on the responsibility, like third-year lock Jane Isherwood.
If I'm struggling to get to the next ruck or struggling to make that next tackle, I hear Jane and I hear her say, keep driving your legs, keep going, and it's like she's tired, but she's still pushing other people on the field.
I'm pretty vocal on the field and in practice, so I use that to push the pace and progress of the team as best as I can.
The Pandas also welcome back Alex Evans, who last played in 2013, but after major injury concerns has come back to play this season and to captain the team.
It was a sort of blessing in disguise having someone, with that leadership, because as I'd said, we sort of had that leadership void from the last year.
With the help of numerous other Pandas who have pitched in this year, you would forget that there's only one fifth-year player among them.
I think just this huge array of experiences inside and outside of rugby is making a really cool leadership group.
This is the largest roster ever for the program with 37 student athletes, but they are as close-knit as teams come.
Last couple of years especially, I've had some girls really help me out when times were a bit harder and stuff like that too, and they've really helped me excel. So it's just been really fun to have that closeness, I guess.
Everyone there cares so much, and having that huge support system is very unique to Pandas Rugby and just is very valuable on our team.
Which might explain why all the Pandas carry around a single Jenga piece.
This year's slogan is Stronger Together. So the idea is that if you have a Jenga tower, every block goes towards supporting that tower.
It's very deep. If you fall down, one of your teammates is going to pick you up and put you on top.
It's just about unity and how, we're together, we're more powerful than as individual players.
And each individual Jenga piece is a different shape or size.
I guess one part of rugby that really changed my life a lot was transitioning from more stereotypical sports to this super atypical sport, and I learned that phenomenal athletes come in all shapes and sizes. So my teammates, you would never guess what sport they play, and I love that. I think it's so exciting.
In high school, I struggled a lot with body image. Playing other sports, I struggled a lot with hey, I'm not the right weight, I'm not this, and that girl looks so much better and all that kind of stuff. And then when I started playing rugby, it was a breath of fresh air because I would see girls that were either a lot smaller than me or a lot bigger than me, and they would crush it on the field. And for me, that was the only thing that mattered, was just being a great athlete.
Being able to rely on having that diversity and that strength and diversity is a huge part of rugby, and it makes the sport just amazing.
It doesn't matter how much you weigh or whatever, or how you look. It's literally mostly in here and in your heart. I know it sounds cheesy, but that's what makes a courageous player, a great player.
It's very inclusive, and I don't know why it's like that, but it's very evident, and you can feel it when you walk into a dressing room or walk out onto the pitch.
We'll turn the lights off, and then I'll
yeah, she'll turn the lights on when she comes in and she'll be scared and it'll be funny.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be good. Okay.
You guys don't cross this line, you guys don't cross this line. Okay, the idea is for you is to score up the end.
Leading the way for the program is head coach Matt Parrish, who's been here since the very beginning.
Keep moving back foot, go, back foot!
An assistant coach for the brand new program in 1999, Parrish took over the head position 5 years later and has played a part in 11 Canada West titles and 6 national championships.
He is stoic until that threshold is reached, and then he's passionate. So he's super level-headed at all times, but there really is that passion deep down, and it's really fun when that gets to come out.
Get there, clear her, clear her, clear her! Well done, Alexa!
You know when he gives you like a compliment saying like nice hit or nice pass, like you know he means it, because like he's not going to give out compliments just to make you feel better.
Well done, Phoebe! Well worked, Phoebe!
He's one of those big voices, so token leader. It's tall, he stands over everyone. You can see him in a crowd.
You know, he wants to know about you and what's happening, and he wants to make sure that you're getting the support that you need. So really, he's been described to me as a teddy bear, just a big teddy bear, as intimidating as he is, and I'd say that's pretty true.
Good footwork, Laura! Get out of there, Jody! Good, well done. Sometimes you do things or say things to see what reaction you get, and then you can adapt that. So I think that's probably my biggest change in my personality. You know, like I've managed to change and adapt depending what I think either the team needs, and again, the level of maturity in the team.
It's go time. Ready? Up. Ah! We won!
Alongside Parrish is a familiar face to the program, Chelsea Ross. Currently on the Canadian national team, Ross was a perennial all-star scrum half with the Pandas and is now sharing her experience and wisdom with the team.
It's special because I have been there before. I know what they've gone through personal experience, and I'm just happy to be able to try and help them on their journey as well.
Having a name like that in the program helps recruit student athletes, especially now when the process in acquiring players has changed drastically.
In the last couple of years, I've starting having other people come into my area and snag players, and I was like, whoa, what's happening? What do you mean you're not coming to U of A? Well, you know, they got recruited to go somewhere else.
Thus, 2 massive changes were made, the first one being the creation of the Junior Pandas program.
I wanted to sort of concrete that sort of local talent, to want them to come to U of A, to put on the jersey beforehand, to know what it's like to be a Panda player. And I think that's going to hold us in good stead. Keep going, Miranda! Keep
Already, after 1 year, it's proving to be a success, with 4 junior Pandas making the roster this season, including starting scrum half Athea Volpe.
I remember like in grade 10, like seeing some of the Panda girls, and I was like those girls are like awesome. Like, you know, like they kind of like, for me at the time, I was like, to be a Panda kind of thing, and being here now is just awesome.
Drive 2, 3. Drive 2, 3.
The other tool they have at their disposal is the new Green and Gold Athlete Academy, a program for high school student athletes loaded with varsity potential that get daily sport-specific training.
No one else in the country will have that. Whether they come and steal it and catch up there in a few years, sure, but it's certainly going to give us that head start, and it just excites me. I mean, I've got 2 or 3 grade 10 girls who I'm like, oh my God, and you know, you've got 3 more years of doing this before you even come to me. You're going to be a good player then.
We have these young rugby players that we can focus on skill development every day, every school day of the year, which I would have killed for that opportunity.
Another unique element to the Pandas program is the ability to train year-round in the brand new dome at Footfield. Combined with the introduction of Rugby Sevens to the Canada West Conference, it is an exciting time to be a young rugby player.
Having this push, this realization, and just being able to shoot possibly for the Olympics now, that is super, super exciting. And now that we have the dome as well, that is a huge thing for our team because we can practice indoors even when it's negative 30 out.
Before it was like, it's a really quick, short season. You're, trying out at the end of August, and by the end of October, like beginning of November, you're done already, and then you have this 10 months in your off season. So I think it just keeps the girls a little bit more engaged.
You're getting that full experience, and that really sets our program ahead.
Sometimes it's easy to forget that these athletes have a lot more than just a full-time playing schedule. They are in the classroom all day as they work towards a degree.
Over this past month, it's gotten a lot easier for me, and it's just helped because I would ask some of the older players and ask how they did it in their first year, because I know they're probably exhausted as well, and the exact same thing, they just gave me advice and tips.
Not surprisingly, the packed schedule can bring out the best in the Pandas who are used to a little pressure.
I actually get more done being part of actually a varsity team than I would if I wasn't part of it, just because I have to just be so structured with my time.
There's only 4 games in the regular season, which makes each point incredibly important. The Pandas' lone home game this year falls on Sunday, where they host the Calgary Dinos, last year's Canada West champs. It's a tall order for the young squad, but the Pandas believe physicality will make all the difference.
I'm expecting some big hits from us. I want to really put on that physical pressure, because as soon as you do that in a rugby game, it changes things. If you make a couple big hits, it ups the whole team. It brings everybody up. It makes everyone excited to play.
A lot of grinding, a lot of just hitting and hitting and hitting, getting meters at a time, sort of like a war of attrition kind of thing.
Performance is what we need, and it needs to be a step up in both character and physicality from our last game.
I'm looking for all of us to give every single ounce that we have to give.
It's an incredible feeling. I drove up and I actually kind of got butterflies and I got excited. Hopefully we can do whatever we can in the stands to get them going.
Take a big deep breath. Stay in. It's been a tough couple of weeks. Okay? It's been a tough couple of weeks. But look around, we're all sort of fit, healthy, ready to go. Okay? So I need you each to look around. This is who we're playing for. Okay? We're playing for each other. Okay? We're playing for a bit of this, a bit of heart. Okay?
You transform, when you come to U of A, you become a better athlete.
You have a feeling that this game is only going to get even more intense as the game goes on. Strong there, powering through some tackles. This is what we like to see.
I feel like we really take everyone in.
Honestly, the team's made me a better person kind of too, so I don't know, it's a great program. If you're looking for a team that's like your family and a team that will honestly do anything for you.
Oh, but amazing effort by the Pandas Force to shut it down.
Someone will be there for you.
We want to support you on and off the field. We want to see you succeed in rugby, but we also want to see you succeed in life, and we want to see you succeed in school.
Big tackle pulling her out of bounds. She's not allowing her to get outside.
Buy into the Panda program and it'll be great.
This program can really help you build as an athlete, but also as a person.
Still up, she's still driving her legs for about 10-15 meters. She doesn't go down easily.
But university is the most fun time of your whole life. So getting to experience all of that fun with an extra 30 girls, what better scenario is there?
You're kind of always a panda, you know what I mean? And that's the best part about this, being on the other side, is 10 years from now, I hope I'm still wearing the same sweater, sitting in the same bleachers, cheering whatever team is on the field in green and gold.